Welcome to the Rotary Club of Kerrville. We're so glad to have you here today. We'd like to ask you to mute your phones, check in on Facebook, and for our guests online, please make sure to mute your computers. I would like to introduce President Jeff's new best friend, Mike Cave, to lead us in the pledge and the invocation.
Let's pray. Holy God, we pause to thank you for the gift of this day. We thank you for each day. We thank you for the rain that we've received. Pray we'll get some more. We give you thanks for Rotary and the many things it does. I thank you for my new best friend, Jeff, and the times that we've shared with one another. We pray for this administration, his administration. We give you thanks for Tammy's administration, all they accomplished. Be with us this day and all days, oh God. We ask that you bless our first responders and all our military. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Where's the flag? Oh, there it is. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, sir.
Now I'd like to introduce Dave Rittenhouse, who's going to lead us in a song that he wrote himself.
Any of you know the Marine Hymn?
Yes, sir.
All right.
A couple of us.
Okay, so I thought it'd be appropriate for Jeff's song to be to the Marine Hymn. Those of you that know me, I'm not very musical, so I apologize in advance. But George is on vacation. He's joining us actually by Zoom. So bear with me as we attempt to sing this. At the end, I'd like to hear a really, really loud, simplified. Okay, so to the Marine Hymn from the halls
of one to two, he will lead our clubs there, marching on in first in Kerrville and with the service ever keep. We are proud to claim as our crest the United States Marines. Almost, but so.
Okay, now we have a very special guest for our installation of our officers. I'd like to invite District Governor Christy Vandenberg up for the installation.
Now you say that. I love it when as a district governor, this happens, you come up, you stand behind the podium and someone leans over and whispers to you how long you really should speak.
30 minutes.
I don't know. This is a special time in Rotary. We are unique in that we change leadership once a year. That means about 31,000 clubs change over their leadership in about 221 countries. That's pretty amazing. There are a few presidents that stay for 2 terms. There are some clubs that have made that decision that that's the way to go. I think it's as a president, and Tammy may feel the same way right now, not that you want to dive into a second year, but by the end of your first year, you finally feel like you've figured all this out, how this works and what you need to do. I know I felt the same way. I'm thinking Robin did. She's here. We all felt like we finally had this thing under control, and then we were no longer president. You know, and you wonder at all the things that you do as a president, are they going to continue? Or is someone, the new president coming in and gonna, some of them will go away, some of them will continue. And that happens every time. And what we hope is that our clubs are just really trying to stay in touch with their community, the needs of each community, and if changes need to be made, that they decide to make those changes in their goals. If something needs to be added because a need is not being met, the clubs will decide to make those changes as well. So a club's actually, the personality kind of changes because no two presidents are alike. You know, Tammy doesn't want to be Jeff and Jeff doesn't want to be Tammy, but they can work well together. And then you blend in our new president-elect coming up and she's got her thoughts and there's a blending there. And that's what the board of directors should be. They should blend. They should be moving towards common goals, not necessarily always agreeing on anything. That would be terrible boring, but at least discussing each issue and making sure that the best choice is made. That's what it is about. So let me just say on behalf of District 5840, how thankful I am that all of you rode out this past year. It was a challenging year. And President Tammy, I thought, handled it with poise, with looking at new ways of doing things that had never been done that way before. And I do think we'll come out of it all better. But one of the things that we need to do is to continue to provide service in our community, tell people about it, which will then generate new members and we can get our membership back up where it was a couple of years ago. So I am coming back for a district governor pitch where I will pitch and smile and all that. They always say those are poorly attended. So what I'm saying is I'm not going to tell you too much, so you will come back. The other thing they say is that they really would like, when the district governors come to visit, it would be great if you had your spouses here. It would be great if you had the people who are important to you in your life here so they could understand why Rotary's important to you. Because at that meeting, just like at Tammy's meeting last week, you really do get a feel for all that Rotary is about. And I think that's valuable. You know, when your wife says you're going to another Rotary meeting, you can say something like, well, honey, you know what we do. We do great stuff. Then her answer could be, can I come with you? Or vice versa. If you happen to be married, even though you don't sit at the same tables, Kenneth, even if you don't sit at the same tables, you know, it's kind of cool if you can do Rotary projects together. And there's nothing that says or a husband and wife can't do a service project and not be a Rotarian. Look at what we do with the Rise Against Hunger. We need all the warm bodies we can get to put together stuff. So encourage your wife, encourage, you know, I'm still waiting for Becky Hutto to join Rotary. I'm just waiting because, you know, she's there all the time. She might as well join. The character of a Rotary Club changes each year. And it's usually a reflection of the personality of the person thrust into that leader's role. In the true spirit of Rotary, it encourages and fosters the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise and depends upon the depth of understanding of the object of Rotary by its club's president and the other men and women it elects as its leaders. Yet the key to Rotary growth and service is the individual Rotarian pursuing the goals and objectives that are set each year. Robert Schuller of the Crystal Cathedral once said, life is like a scoreboard, 4 quarters. And every now and then you have to look up and check your score. You share of yourselves to give service above self. We share our time, our talents, and our treasures. We also share Rotary with the public and prospective members. You, the individual members of the Rotary Club of Kerrville, are the electors, and you have chosen to use your vote to elect from your membership the men and women who will guide the club's fortunes in the year ahead. As it happens every year, the mantle now passes to Jeff Harris, whom you have chosen as your new president. It is his year to be president. He can dream, he can set goals, but know how hard he works. He is only one Rotarian. It is also your year as Rotarians. It is your choice what you will do. The buffet of service is there before you. It is up to each one of you to choose how you will be involved this coming year. So at the end of that quarter and making those decisions, what will your score be? You've made the decision to be Rotarians, not just be members of a Wednesday lunch club or Thursday satellite club. To serve above self, to give back more than you ask from others. In 1977, the Rotary International president said, Rotary takes ordinary people and gives them extraordinary opportunities to do more with their lives than they ever dreamed possible. Rotary is a way of life, not just a club. Again, what will your score be? Now, as district governor for 2021-2022 and the officer of Rotary International in our district, it is my office to administer the oath of office to your president and then to your officers and directors. Oath for the president. Did you see how I did that? I have to do this 54 times. Thank you. Jeff, please repeat after me. I, Jeff Harris, do solemnly pledge.
I, Jeff Harris, do solemnly pledge
Yeah, we want everyone to hear this. That I will faithfully execute.
that I will faithfully execute
The office of President of the Rotary Club of Kerrville.
the office of President of the Rotary Club of Kerrville.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
I will do my best, do the best of my abilities, support Rotary International and District 5840.
I will, to the best of my ability, support Rotary International and District 5840.
As a leader who leads by example, I will strive for service above self.
As a leader who leads by example, I will strive for service above self.
And I will do my best to apply the four-way test in my personal, business, and Rotary life.
I will do my best to apply the four-way test in my personal, business, and Rotary life.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You did that very well.
You're flipping too fast.
Oh, perfect. Would you like to come up, Christy? I like Christy. She spells her name right. By the authority of Rotary International and of this club vested in me as installing officer, I now declare Jeff Harris as the president of the Rotary Club of Kerrville. And at this time, I'd like to have 4 people come and stand around me. Marta Diffin, Tammy Prout, Jeff Wendling, and Gina Daniels. Two and two, two and two, two and two. These are the folks who are going to help you. It's good to know you have them, isn't it? All right, for those of you who are aware or unaware, we've got Marta coming up as our new president-elect, which means she will be president next year. We have Tammy retiring, so she will be your past president. See, once you're president, it's not just done when you walk away from the front table. You are the past president. We have Jeff Wendling as our secretary, who will then move up into president-elect and then president. And we have Gina Daniels. Gina, I'm laughing because I thought she's already got several treasurer pins. So I thought, I know, we'll get a picture in just a minute. They all have to say something first. So we got her a high-heeled shoe with a little rotary pin on it. That's what she got. Well, you gotta mix it up a little bit, you know? All right, here we go. To all of you, please repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name.
Do it again, Gina.
I, Gina Daniels.
Thank you. Do solemnly pledge
Do solemnly pledge
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of
the office of
President-elect.
the office of treasurer.
Wonderful. You're gonna have to speak up, Jeff. They'll never listen to you. There you go. Of the Rotary Club of Kerrville.
Of the Rotary Club of Kerrville.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
I will do to the best of my ability support Rotary International and District 5840.
I will, to the best of my ability, support Rotary International and District 5840.
As a leader who leads by example, I will strive for service above self.
As a leader who leads by example, I will strive for service above self.
And I will do my best to apply the four-way test
And I will do my best to apply the four-way test
in my personal, business, and Rotary life.
in my personal, business, and Rotary life.
So help me God.
So help me God.
By the authority of Rotary International and of this club, vested in me as the installing officer, I now declare these officers of the Rotary Club of Kerrville duly installed. Stay up here. All right, all the rest of you, directors. Here we got, unfortunately, public relations, Donna Peterson cannot be there. Standing in for Sergeant of Arms, I'd like to ask Brenda Thompson to come up. For programs, speakers, Clint Morse to come up. For community service, Todd Odom. I don't see Todd. He's not here. For youth service, Roy Boudreau. For foundation, Robin Myers. For membership, Phyllis Ricks. Hopefully she's online. And for administration, Janelle Peralt. Okay, the four of you just get to have it. Just come this way a little, okay? And listen very carefully. I'll get on the right page. Repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly pledge that I will faithfully execute the position of board member and chair of the Rotary Club of Kerrville. Board member And, okay, I will faithfully execute the office of Sergeant at Arms, Speakers and Programs, Youth Services, and Foundation. Good. Doesn't say it anywhere in here. All right. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club. I will, to the best of my ability, support Rotary International in District 5840. As a leader who leads by example, I will strive for service above self, and I will do my best to apply the four-way test in my personal, business, and Rotary life. So help me God. By the authority of Rotary International and of this club, I now declare these officers and committees and chairs and directors of the Rotary Club of San Antonio duly, Rotary Club, see, didn't cross that out. Rotary Club of Kerrville duly installed. All right, stay here for a photo. Wait, but yeah, but he's not in the photo. Come around, we need a photo. Robin, don't go. Roy, don't go.
Here, come back, please. Clint.
I was sitting.
Clint, come back. I know. Yes.
You'll fight me in the head with it.
Now, Stephanie, come on, get there. Yeah, get there. So they're all behind over there.
Wait a minute, I got you in this one.
Okay, stay where you are. Stay where you are. We got one more thing. Look out at your peeps. Will all Rotarians please stand? You, the individual members of the Rotary Club of Kerrville, are the electors, and you have chosen to use your vote to elect from your membership the men and women you see up here who will guide the club's fortunes in the years ahead. I ask you if you will also take the oath, and I'll go slow. I say your name. Many of you say your name. Do solemnly pledge that I will support the officers and directors of the Rotary Club of Kerrville. I will abide by our club's constitution and bylaws. I will strive for service above self. And I will do my best to apply the four-way test in my personal, business, and Rotary life. So help me God. These are your officers and directors for this year. Let's give them a hand. You can go sit down. Gosh, I know. I'm just so demanding. All right, I have one final thing. Actually, Robin has one final thing. And that is, as past president, she is Tammy Robin. I said Robin, didn't I?
Yeah.
God, we're in San Antonio and it's Robin. I don't know what I'm doing here. I know. President Tammy has been carrying around this for a whole year, and she is ready to pass it on to our new president, Jeff Harris.
Oh, does that mean I'm up? I think this is going to become my secretarial alignment tool. Just throwing that out there real quick. Oh. All right. Big shoes to fill. Looking out in the room, a lot of great leadership in the room with us. I'm going to thank a couple of people for being here today that have come out of COVID and were here for me today. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you, Doug, for making it today. It's Doug Winery and Mike Cave. Mike Cave was announced as my new best friend. And if anybody's been on the walk to Emmaus, Kenneth Early was there as our layperson. And but Mike and I, that's how we met. That's how we bonded. And when this came up, I wanted Mike to be here to lead us today. So thank you, Mike, for being here. Talked about presidents and president-elects and secretaries, and those are titles. I'm not a big guy on titles. I'm a big guy on teamwork. And with this year, our team, I hope we can continue to do great things for the club, continue to march and make everybody proud. I know we're going to have some ups and downs, nothing like Tammy had, because Tammy had to deal with COVID. And, but I look at the leadership. We've got a great president-elect. We have a great secretary. We have great Rotarians, and it's just going to be fun. If it's not fun, I'm sure you'll let me know. So, some of the things I was asked to touch on is what we want to do, what our goal is, and what we'd like to have accomplished. Our biggest thing right now that I see is membership. We've got to get back on the membership drive. We've lost members. We've had members move. We've had members just say it's not for us anymore. But we got to get membership back up. And with that membership, we need to get more members involved in things. So I would love to see more people out. I know that we have a big event coming up that is Christie's Baby, the Walk of Fun on Labor Day. I would love to see 100% Rotarian participation at Walk of Fun. It's a great event. It raises awareness for Rotary, and it's just a lot of fun. Trey, I see you looking at me. Quit. So, Tammy asked me if we would continue to do blood drives. Absolutely. Kind of take a slogan away from Christy. That's a pretty ultimate gift, because it is a gift of life. If I'm not out of line to say that, Christy, but it's because we all need it and everybody's short on it right now. So yes, we will continue to do the quarterly blood drives. Our other projects we do, we strive to do our trash pickup to help keep our community looking nice and clean. We're going to continue to do that. Guadalupe River cleanup, that's a new one. We did it last year. We're going to do it again this year. As long as I don't reach in and pull out a nope rope off the bank when we're pulling out some trash. And if y'all don't know what a nope rope is, it's one of those things with no shoulders, or a snake. I don't do snakes. So that's one of the things. Chalk Fest. Who's experienced Chalk Fest? I mean, Chalk Fest is amazing. You go down there and, it's not only the youth that's doing it, but there's adults that are doing it. And it's just an amazing thing that we have in the city. EA, thank you for y'all's support to continue doing that as well. It's one thing that we've already voted on as a board to continue to support. One of the neatest things that I've taken place in, I wasn't able to do it this last year, but stuffing 14,258 meals in just over 2 hours for Rise Against Hunger. That is another wonderful program. We are going to partner with Shriner University in September.
Yes, sir.
The 25th, Saturday, I think. But we're going to partner, the Rotary Club of Kerrville is going to partner with Shriner University to continue Rise Against Hunger. It is, if y'all don't know what it is, they send meals. It's a high nutritional meal pack that's sent to third world countries. They send it to schools where the children don't have food, and they send it to disaster areas. So it's phenomenal.
Went to Haiti last.
I'm sorry.
Went to Haiti last.
Went to Haiti. Marta, I'm going to be here to support you any way that I can. And we're going to do whatever you want to call it. The main event, Super Bowl, the get together, the Grand Slam, whatever we want to call it. But it's your year, and we're here to support you in that. So it's we were fairly successful in that last year through COVID, and I stand behind you 100% and want to help you make as much money as you can for yours.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Wendling and I co-chair something that's very special to the both of us. We're going to continue to co-chair, and I'm going to try to arrange everything around the week of the luncheon so we can continue to call it the week of the first responders. We'll have our luncheon, we'll have our award ceremonies, our lifetime achievement awards, and also our golf tournament that raises the funds where we can continue to send our first responders that are there for us, that protect us and take care of us. We can send them to schools so they are better prepared to take care of us while they're out there. Another one that Christy did. I think it's the Christy show because she is amazing. Josh the Otter and public safety, water safety program. Another great thing that we do, we go into schools, we teach literacy, we help the children understand, about how to float on your back and don't drown. Definitely going to continue to do that. Youth Citizenship Awards, something that I love doing. To go out, present a plaque to a 5th grade boy and a 5th grade girl at every school, and let them know that they have just received a $20,000 scholarship to Shriner University if they so choose to go there. Neat thing that Shriner started doing this year is that 5th grader can go to the counseling office at Shriner University and start getting guidance help at 5th grade. Something that was never offered when I was a child growing up, and that is an amazing thing that we have here for them. With that, the scholarships of $20,000, but also the Rotary scholarships of $25,000. I pledge we're going to continue to give $25,000 to our local students. Our foundation. I know Bob Schmierbeck's online. I can see you, Bob. Thank you. Doug, thank you, sir. Last year, y'all stood up and made pints huge. Tammy, your year for pints was amazing. Our goal was 10,000. We made 13,680, I believe is what I looked at this morning. We're going to continue to do Rise. That is our number one goal as Rotarians, is to eradicate polio. We're getting close. Another one that's near and dear to me, and I can't say Donna Peterson anymore because it's Donna Saldana, thank you. She married Jaime, and they're on vacation right now in Florida. But Donna's the chairperson for the Veterans Breakfast. We're going to continue to do the Veterans Breakfast, stock the pantry for the Veterans Center when they need it. And she has really just grasped that with Stephanie Scramita, and they've taken the bull by the horn, so to say. Couldn't have a Christmas season without Dave Samuel. I look out and see Dave, and I know exactly, we know where we're going with that. We're going to be ringing that bell. I'm not going to sing it, but it's what an amazing experience out there, ringing the bell, getting to meet people, talk to people, and raising money. And Dave, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have the numbers for what we did last year?
I do not enough.
Not enough. But we beat Fort Worth, didn't we? Is that what I heard? I heard the Rotary Club of Kerrville beat Fort Worth last year. So that's a pretty big deal. Phyllis Ricks and Stephanie, I know that if y'all are online, you'll like this one. Blue Santa, another great program we're going to continue to march with. Support our local youth here in Kerrville and help them to have a blessed and safe holiday with some gifts. This year, we get to do something that we didn't get to do last year, and our club is the host for it. We're going to be the hosting the Kiwanis for our Christmas lunch. So look forward to doing that. That'll be fun. Joint holiday meeting with the Kiwanis. How about that? Presidential PC statement. So, let's have a Christmas party this year. Let's get back to some kind of normalcy. Let's get out there and embrace each other and have fun. David, easy. So, get out there and be with each other again and have fellowship. That's what it's all about. Another thing that I'd like to do, something that we have here that's just really cool, is we have the Hill Country Youth Orchestra. I'd like to support the Hill Country Youth Orchestra through the Rotary Club of Kerrville. Another one that Tammy did that I hold near and dear to my heart as well, and if you've been over and seen any of it, is the women's shelter. I'd like for the Rotary Club of Kerrville to support the women's shelter here in town. It's not bad, but it could be a lot better. There's a lot of volunteers that volunteer their time and sweat equity to help them, help the ones that they have to help. And unfortunately, they're put there in a not a good situation. And for President Tammy and Marta and EA, I'll speak on your behalf for Mark McDaniel. The continuation of the Rotary Grove project. That is a wonderful, wonderful program. And what's better than to have trees planted in honor of people that'll be here for hundreds of years. So hopefully with that, y'all like my goals. We'll work together as a team. We'll have fun while we're doing it. We'll continue to march as your Rotary Club of Kerrville. So thank y'all very much. Did you hear anything from Stephanie? Okay. And at this time, Stephanie Miller, if you're online, you have families in Rotary, please. Nope. Sorry, thank you. She cannot get on Zoom, but our longtime member, World War II veteran, hero in my eyes, Bob Finch, his wife passed away a couple of days ago. And Tom Murray Sr. passed. So it's, if you would just keep them in your thoughts and prayers for their families. So I've seen Bob in the neighborhood and I've spoken to him. He seems like he's doing pretty good. But it never can be easy. I feel weird being up here doing this. So y'all are going to have to get used to me being weird, but it's Christy is my wife, who y'all all very well know. She can attest I'm pretty weird. So it's so I would like to say thank you, Christy, for being here today. I know that your workload and your caseload is building and building, but thank you for being here for me today, because without you, I couldn't be what I am. It's she's my rock, she's my salvation, and she's the one that knocks a knot in the back of my head if I get out of line. So it's she yeah, so so Roy, you bring that up. Christy and I went to the range one time together about 7 years ago, and that's the last time we went to the range together. we'll leave it at that. And she got a brand new 45 out of the deal because she goes, that's the only thing you'll lose out of this marriage. So one quick Rotary business is, let's start off with the bang and start paying our invoices. So I've got to be that guy that starts on that. So Gina has worked diligently through this whole pandemic, trying to figure out individual billing for everything and talking to her about everything and getting emails. I don't know how you do it. You're amazing with what you do, and we thank you so much for supporting us. Now, for his first duty as the secretary of the club, Jeff Willing, would you come up and introduce our guests, please?
Looks like we're gonna have a fun year. I like the rhetoric, Jeff. I really appreciate it. It's what builds team, and we're all about team, right, Christie? Roger that. First up, visiting Rotarians, we have Joe Kavanaugh, our Assistant Governor from Fredericksburg. Where's Mr. Labatt? I can't see you. There's where Labatt back there from San Antonio. Glad you're here. Good. And members with guests, of course, President Jeff and Investigator Harris.
My wife, Christy, and Kristen Weaver are with me today. So
And then retired Major General Rob Walter from Shriner Institute. General, thank you for being here.
yes, we do. Thank you. All right. Tammy Prout, will you please come up here? You're not done yet. So Dave Rittenhouse, will you please come forward? This is left over from Tammy's presidency last week. Dave wasn't in attendance. She was like, well, it's your year, your deal. You should do it. And I said, absolutely not. It's still your year. And this was one of her awards that she awarded to Dave. So if you would like to, it's the Distinguished Service Citation for Dave Rittenhouse for everything that he's done with Zoom.
Yes.
So if you want to.
Wasn't here last week for us to be able to say that, but I did say how much you helped us. And if it wasn't for you taking over when we started meeting in person, I don't know that we could have kept the club together as tightly as we did. So I wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Well, I look at my agenda and I notice I've already dropped the ball. So next week, there'll be 2 bottles of wine to give away. And I promise one of them will be a bottle of Boone's Farm. So, a bottle of Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill, Dave. So, our next meeting will be obviously next Wednesday with Jeremiah Gunderson here, who's the University of Texas Veterans Assistant Program. He'll be speaking on that. So it'll be a fun program to hear, I'm sure. And with that, we're 10 minutes early, kind of like the way I like to do our board meetings, get them in, get them out, get them done. And if you would, please join me in the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Yes.